Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Melinda, the real Melinda. This is my coming out emo story. Yes, y'all see? Yes. This is how I like to dress. And don't worry, guys, I got my mask. But yes, this is how I like to dress. This is the real Melinda. This is what you see right here is the real Melinda. Love it or believe it, whatever. 2020 taught me that life is too short and you gotta go for, and you just gotta be you. At the end of the day, that's what God wants. He just wants you to be you. So just be you. And yeah, so I'm going to tell y'all about my journey of how I got to this place in my life where I'm just okay to accept me and love me. Hold on, yeah, I'm like, well, I probably should get real light in so y'all can actually see me. But anyway, so yes, everybody don't know, but 2010. I swallowed 40 antidepressant pills. I drank a whole bottle of Long Island iced tea and a whole can of Monster energy drink. I wanted to die. I wanted to commit suicide. So I actually attempted suicide, But I woke up in 3 days out of a coma from alcohol poisoning. And that's when I realized that, I have to stop worrying about society. I got to stop worrying about the world. I got to stop worrying about what the world think of me. But you think that my first suicide attempt was going to be my last suicide attempt? No. I attempted suicide 2 more times after my first suicide attempt. And I don't know if y'all can see it really well. But see, that's I have a cut on my arm for when I cut myself. That's, I had lost my son in 2016 and I was on the kitchen floor. I wanted to stab my throat, but somehow my hands just couldn't allow me to stab my throat. So instead, I just cut myself. And all I just remember is I was bleeding on the kitchen floor. I had got a phone call from my niece. And, that's when I'm like, all right, God, thank you for reminding me why I'm here on this earth. I'm here to be a good aunt to her and continue telling the world my story. So what I'm trying to say is, I know how it feels to be suicide. To this day, I still have the thoughts, but it's not as strong as it was back then. Suicide thoughts never go away. So the best way to beat the thoughts is admitting that you're always going to feel suicide. You're always going to have those thoughts. Especially when days are bad. You're always going to want to feel like you just want to be out of here. And once you come to grip and you realize, that that's a part of you, and you learn how to accept that part of you. So when you get those thoughts, again, you can just tell yourself, nah, I'm just having a bad day. Right now I'm just having a bad day, but I overcame my first bad day. I could always overcome my second bad day, and I'm going to be okay. Now I'm going to tell y'all something that I always tell my chinchillas at night. And I hope and I pray that this helps somebody with their journey. This is what I tell my chinchillas every night before I go to bed. Because my chinchillas are like my children. So this is what I tell them every night. You're going to have bad days. you're going to have good days. But when you wake up to love, you're going to have eternity. And when you have eternity, you're going to have more good days than bad days. And because I love you, you have eternity. So you're going to have more good days than bad days. So when you're going through a bad day, just know that soon you're going to have a good day. All because I love you. And I just want everybody to know that's looking at this video, I love you. And because I love y'all, you're going to have more good days than bad days. Now back to my story, my emo story. All right. When I was 7, I just remember going to church with my grandma. My grandma was a heavy church goer. She made us go to church since I was 5. Like, she put us to church since I was 5, you know. And I just remember being in church, and I just felt some peace. Like, I felt peace. I felt this peaceful feeling. Like, when the pastor was talking, I couldn't even hear the pastor because I was just at peace. And I never told this to nobody, but I'm about to tell my truth. Love me or judge me, I'm to the point where I don't even care no more who love me or who don't. Because I love myself, God loves me, Jesus loved me. And at the end of the day, those are the 3 people that matters. So, yeah. So like I was saying, like I never told nobody this, but this is my secret. And I'm about to tell the world, I'm telling you guys this. Because if somebody else goes through this, let you know, you're not alone. I too. And this is what tripped me to my suicide thoughts because of this. When I was in church, and the pastor would talk, all I just remember is just seeing, like, Jesus moving, God move, you know, like the pictures of Jesus that they had in the church and stuff was like moving and stuff. And then all of a sudden I be seeing clouds, and I just hear children laughing. And all I know, like, I didn't even hear what the pastors were saying, because all I know, I was just seeing clouds. I was hearing children laughing, seeing pictures of Jesus moving. I felt, you know, like it was, and this funny part, like, it wasn't even a scary feeling. It was a good feeling. Like, I just felt at peace. It was a peaceful feeling. And I used to hate when I left church because like, you know, it's back to reality and back to the real world. And it's like, you know, I'm like back to the real world. And I'm just like, why? I want to go back to seeing the clouds. I want to go back to seeing Jesus running around like with a smile. I just wanted to go back to that. And that's why I'm such a heavy believer of God and a heavy believer of Jesus, because I done experienced things that nobody else probably have experienced, but I experienced it. Like I said, my feelings in me being in the church, like I said, seeing the clouds, hearing the children laughing, seeing the pictures of Jesus moving, you know, made me believe in heaven. And that's how I know heaven exists, because since I was a little child, God always was talking to me, and God was always trying to get my attention since I was a child. But then, of course, society, you say that to somebody, like, oh, yeah, I was at church, I saw clouds, I heard you're schizo, and oh, you're crazy, you need meds, and all this other stuff. So I always kept that in. And I just, and I'm always trying to be perfect in this world, but I'm just like, this is not my world. Like, ever since I was little, I always knew I was not meant to be part of this world. I'm part of something bigger, not what this world is and not what society makes this world to be. I'm part of something bigger. And I always felt like, to this day, I still feel like that. Like, I still feel like I'm just here to do my job, to do God's job. And that's to continue expressing my stories, continue to telling people, that it's okay to be you. You're not weird. There's nothing weird about you. Society makes you feel like you're weird, but there's nothing weird about you. Like, listen, if you being yourself, you ain't hurting nobody, you're not hurting yourself. Be you. Be you. Fuck society, fuck the world, fuck the government, fuck anybody that's trying to tell you that you're not special. Just fuck them. Throw up the middle finger and say, fuck them. Really, like, be you. Be you. And I just remember, like, always feeling like that. And then I heard Chester, Linkin Park song, Somewhere Where I Belong. I'm like, yo, I love this group. I love this group. I'm like, this group is just singing exactly how I feel. It's like I have a best friend. I never had no friends. So the radio was my friend. Because I had a friend that knew, because I heard Linkin Park song in the end. I was a big fan of, I wasn't like a huge fan of Linkin Park, but I was just a big fan of that song. And then someone bought me a Linkin Park album, which had this song, which had the song Somewhere I Belong. And I heard that song. And then all of a sudden, that's when I became a big Linkin Park fan. And then I heard Numb on the radio. And I'm just like, yo, this group right here is my best friend. They're singing exactly how I feel. Because for real, like my whole life, that's all I've been trying to do. Find a place where I belong and try to figure out where that place where I belong, because I never fit in with the crowd. I never fit in with crowds. I was always antisocial. Like to this day, I'm still antisocial, but I just became more vocal. But yeah. So, today is the 3rd year anniversary since Chester Bennington passed away. And it hurts, because it's like I really feel like I lost my best friend. I felt like I lost my best friend. Losing Chester was like losing my best friend, because he just knew how I felt. Like, he just knew how to speak to my soul. And that voice of his was just so amazing. And I always was like, Linkin Park and Evanescence, them two should have teamed up. And I was like always praying for that. And now we would never get that chance. Yo, could you imagine seeing Chester and Amy doing a song together? Oh my gosh, here they're both of their voices together in one track. That would have been so amazing. Yeah, and it hits. And I'm like, it hurts, because he killed himself the week before he was coming to Citi Field, and I was going to that concert. I'm like, yeah, I finally get to go to my first Linkin Park concert. And then got the news that Chester killed himself, and I'm just like, damn. I was on my bucket list to go. I had my sign ready to to show Chester, like, you saved me. Because what's so funny, the year before that, the year before Chester killed himself, I was attempting suicide. I cut myself. So, And it was his song that helped me get out of the depression. Because starting in 2017, I started overcoming the thoughts, and I finally learned how to control the suicide thoughts. And then, then I saw the Linkin Park concert. I was like, this is perfect. I'm making my son. I'm going to say, yo, Chester, thank you for saving me. Little did you know, I was dying, and you revived me. Just for him to die the same way that I was going to thank him for saving me. And I saw this comment one time, like on their video. It says, Chester saved millions, but it's sad that one couldn't save... No, Chester saved millions, but it's sad that millions couldn't save Chester. And that broke my heart because it's so true. Like, if only Chester knew how much souls he was saving. That's why everybody like, oh, if you commit suicide, you're going to hell. If that's the case, when I first attempted suicide, God would have let me die and go to hell, right? But he revived me. So I truly believe that Chester's in heaven because of who Chester stands for and who he was and who he is. And I too is a victim of rape. And that's what people don't understand. When you be raped, you lose yourself. That's how you lose yourself. And then you lose identity. And that's what I believe that was Chester's pain. And I really wish that I was famous at the time Chester was around because I felt like I could have talked to him. Like I said, I can't predict the future, can't predict the path. Even though I was probably his friend, he probably still would have did the same thing. Who knows? But I would just wanted him to know that I understand exactly what it is that you're going through. See, a person that been raped, what it is they're fighting identity. They lose the part of themselves, and then they come and then they attach to other people to find identity. They need people to help them find identity, because when you've been raped, you lose yourself because you've been raped, now you're thinking of the thoughts like, is it my fault? What did I do? You're not thinking about, oh, that person is a fucking pig. That person shouldn't have raped me. Nah, you beat yourself. You automatically beat yourself up because you try to figure out what did you do to make this person want to rape you. And that is how you lose yourself. That's how a rape victim lose themselves, because, they're trying to figure out what it is about them, and then they slowly try to change things about them but anybody that been raped and that's a victim of rape, stop fucking blaming yourself. You didn't do nothing wrong. Nobody on this earth deserves to fucking force themselves on nobody. Nobody deserves to be raped, guy or girl, women or men. Nobody deserves to be raped. There's nothing you did that made you deserve rape. Probably, the only thing that you need to do is just love yourself. Love yourself. That's all you need to do, is love yourself, love who you are, and stop letting these people make you feel like you're the monster. No, the rapist is the motherfucking monster. They're the evil fucking one. You're not evil. They're the evil one. And for them to even been able to get next to you shows how nice you were. Shows how trusting you were. And show how loving you are. Because you trust somebody to treat you with respect, but those motherfuckers wanted to disrespect your body. So you didn't do nothing wrong. You did not deserve none of that shit. Nobody on this earth deserves to be raped. There's nothing nobody do. And that's why I'm fucking tired of people saying, oh, well, maybe if the girl dressed a little more classier, she would have been raped. Or maybe if the dude wasn't so vulnerable. Maybe if they loved her, maybe if y'all learned how to love yourself and respect yourself, then you wouldn't be raped. Nah, fuck that. Nobody did nothing to get raped. There's nothing nobody needs to change. The person that needs to change is the motherfucking rapist. The motherfucking rapists need to change their fucking self. The motherfucking rapists need to find out what it is about them that they feel like they have power and control to fucking rape somebody. They're the motherfuckers that need to fucking change. You don't need to change. The motherfucking rapists need to change. The motherfucking perverts need to fucking change. All you need to do is just tell yourself that you are lovable and you are precious. You deserve love. And you're not going to let your rapist make you a monster. You're not going to let your rapist make you a victim. Better yet, you're going to survive and you're going to rise above it. And you're going to love yourself so good that the next person is going to have to respect it. They're going to have to respect who you are. That's the only thing a rape victim needs to do, is just learn how to love themselves and know that it's okay to say no. And it's okay to dress the way that you want to dress. Because motherfuckers should have the respect to respect you. Motherfuckers want respect, but yet they can't give respect. Nobody on this planet deserves rape, and there's nothing nobody on this planet did to get raped. And I'm fucking tired of the world trying to make rape victims feel like they're at fault for being raped. Oh, what part did you play to get raped? Motherfuckers, we play no parts. Why? Because we wanted to go to a party that was so-called, was supposed to be fun, and then instead we had motherfuckers at the party that want to fucking drug people's drink up. Their intention was to come to a party to fucking rape people. Like, come on. Fuck that shit. You didn't do nothing. Y'all didn't do nothing. There's nothing you did wrong. Y'all, I'm telling you, like, I'm sorry. This is my YouTube channel. I don't care, get demonetized or none of that shit, because my YouTube channel is meant to be for the real and to speak the real and to speak the truth. So Chester, I wanted you to know there's nothing you did that made you deserve to be raped by your friend. That friend was older than you, should have had more common sense to know raping a child is fucking wrong. And there's nothing you did that made you deserve that. And you're not a nasty or a horrible person. And it's okay to want to forgive the monster, because you know why? Because you're not the monster. It doesn't make you a bad person to want to forgive your rapist, your raper. I forgave my rapist. There's nothing wrong with it. Because you know why? Because you're not the monster. They're the monster. And I just wanted you to know, Chester, you was perfect the way you were and are. You saved millions. Millions. When you died, you impact millions. Global. Because that's how special you are, Chester. And I wish you got to see yourself the way that the world saw you. The way that I see you. You're my best friend. To this day, I still consider you my best friend. I never met you, but you're still my best friend. Like, I thank God for you to make that song Somewhere I Belong. Because every time I go through death, like, I done dealt with 3 deaths this year. My god brother, my grandma, and my chinchilla, who I considered as dearly like my son. I really felt like my son's spirit was in this chinchilla. So it's like I lost my son 2 times. And all 3 deaths, I played Somewhere I Belong. And it helps me every time. It keeps me from not wanting to be suicidal, because that's where the suicide thoughts happens the most, is when someone died. Like, that's what I'd be like, I wish God, you should have took me instead of them. But, you know, but when I play that Somewhere I Belong, I'm like, you know what? They're where we all belong. And I'm just down here continuing doing God's job. Continue doing God's purpose. And that's shining light on mental illness and suicide. So, I want to end this video with this. Anybody that's watching this video and feeling suicide, all it means is you're a good person. You rather hurt yourself than hurt somebody else. And what it also means is you're taking the blame for somebody else. But you got to learn that it's okay to be selfish. Selfish does not make you a bad person. It makes you a smart person. If somebody is not reciprocating the same love that you're reciprocating to them, it's okay to say, no, fuck you. I'm not going to show you love if you're not going to show me love. Fuck you. It's okay. Doesn't make you a bad person. Yo, get one with yourself. To me, what helped me, to be honest, like I said, this video is not to convert nobody, because I believe in that I'm a spiritual person. I believe that everybody should have their own personal relationship with God. I don't believe in have to follow a religion to get close to God. I believe in that is a relationship is God and you. I don't believe that you need religion to get you close to God. I just feel like you just need a personal relationship. And truthfully, that's what helped me to get to where I'm at. I dropped my religion. I was born, I was raised Baptist Christian. I was a Christian Baptist. But I dropped my religion because, the church people always judge me. Like right now, you see the way I'm dressed in? When I used to dress like this when I was young. And when I dress like this, everybody be like, oh my God, she's a devil worshiper. Oh, she believes in the devil. She's worshiping the devil. Christians. So that's when I said, fuck God. Like they made, that's when I'm like, fuck God. And broke away from God. And that was the worst thing I ever did, was break away from God. Because let me tell you, then I got into the prostitution game. I became a prostitute. And I remember one time, the pimp that I was with, he wrapped me up. This is how I got back to God. This pimp guy, right? He wrapped me up in a shower curtain. He put gasoline on me. And then he had a cigarette in his mouth and he was about to light it. And he was like, what's your last word? I said, bury me with the Bible. Burn me with the Bible, because if God is real, I'd rather be with God. So bury me with the Bible. And tell me why he tried to flitch the cigarette. He couldn't even throw the cigarette. And that's what I'm like, yo, God is real. I need to stop saying fuck God, because this dude is real, okay? The clouds and the children I was laughing in the church is real. Like God is really trying to let me know he's real. Because God knows that me being in this world by myself I can't handle it. I can't handle this world by myself. Like, I need him. I need Jesus. Because me personally, I can't handle being in this world. And I finally understand the lesson that God was trying to show me and what he was trying to tell me. He's trying to let me know that you are not part of the world. You're my world. So stop worrying about people and worry about me. Worry about being right with me. Worry about what I need you to do. And all I need you to do is be yourself. And all I need you to do is just love me. And all I need you to do is love my son. That's all I need you to do. That's all I want you to do. I just want you to be you, the best version of you, the safe version of you. You know, not the evil version of you, just the safe version of you. The most lovable, you know, and always know that I'm not judging your mind. I'm judging your heart. So just be a lovable, the best lovable Melinda you can be. And that's all I need from you. I don't need no sacrifices. I don't need none of that. All I need is you and your heart. That's all I need. So, yeah. That's what helped me a lot. And that's how I overcame my suicide thoughts. And that's why now, even though sometimes they tipped in, I don't entertain it. Because I know it's the devil. And the devil is just mad that I finally know how to defeat him. And I finally know how he works and how he operates. So now he can no longer control my mind. Like, I'm like the most peaceful person. You look at my outfit, you think that I'm the most depressed person. I'm actually at peace. I'm like the most peaceful person. Like, I naturally just do not care what someone thinks about me. I naturally don't care what the world's doing. All I care about is if me and God is straight. And that's all I care about. Like, as long as me and God relationship is good, I'm good. That's all I care about. And now for Chester, like I said, I strongly believe he's in heaven. Actually, I know he's in heaven. I know Chester's in heaven. Because the kind of heart that Chester had is worthy enough for heaven. Chester saved a lot, million, no, not thousand. He saved millions of people from suicide. And it's sad that's how he died, through suicide, but